So if you haven't heard, on Monday, January the 20th, Donald J. Trump was sworn in as our 47th president of the United States. Now, he didn't waste any time getting right down to business, signing over 200 executive orders within a few hours of being in office. He also made sure to keep his campaign promise of getting tougher on illegal immigrants flooding into our country. Now, one of the steps that he chose to take within the minutes of being sworn in was to shut down the CBP One app. And he also declared a national emergency at our southern borders, promising to send millions of criminal aliens back to wherever they came from. We don't care where you came from, he's sending you back, baby. Now, many immigrants feel as though it's unfair that he shut down the CBP One app. I don't know how you feel it's unfair, because the man been talking about it the whole time he been campaigning. And every time I look at the news, y'all got a brand new cell phone in your hand. So I know you heard.
On my first day back in the Oval Office, I will sign a historic slate of executive orders to close our border to illegal aliens and stop the invasion of our country.
Well, there is a plan about closing. It's called closing the border, and we're going to do that immediately.
I will end the illegal immigration crisis by closing our border and finishing the wall, most of which I've already built.
So, do I think it's unfair that the president shut down an app that gave millions of immigrants a license to give false information so they could enter our country and wreak all kinds of havoc on honest, hard-working Americans? Hells no. I don't feel it's unfair at all. Or maybe I should think it's unfair that you would no longer be able to terrorize and take over apartment complexes like you did in Colorado. Or maybe take the life of another innocent young girl, or set fire to an unsuspecting person, riding a transit train, minding their own business. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that all people coming across the border have bad intentions, but it's illegal. It's illegal, so I don't understand. You ain't getting no love from me. But let's get into this news clip on how the president's shutdown of the border is affecting those who are waiting to come across.
Relations with the U.S.'s southern neighbor Mexico could be strained over Trump's immigration agenda. Shortly after his inauguration, border authorities said they had shut down an online entry program that had allowed migrants to enter the U.S. legally by scheduling an appointment using a mobile app. The move has now left thousands of people in limbo at the U.S. border.
Tears of frustration as their hopes to enter the U.S. vanish. Hundreds of migrants have been waiting for months at the border to get an appointment and enter the country legally. But minutes after U.S. President Trump was sworn in, all existing appointments were canceled.
See, that's what I'm saying. Look at that phone. How you running from another country, like they say they migrants. You got a brand new cell phone. Screen ain't cracked. You got service. How is that? Like, explain to me how you got cell phones. And you supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, running for asylum. I mean, have y'all ever seen a person standing on the corner holding a sign and they want you to give them money, like, I'm down on my luck. Can you give me a couple of bucks? And they got a fresh haircut. They don't look hungry enough for me. Because, if you hungry, you look like you need a meal. But y'all look like y'all eating every day. So the same thing with this. Y'all look like y'all eating. Y'all don't look like y'all need no asylum, or you running away from a country that is trying to persecute you to me. You got a brand new phone.
Consult.
Look at that screen. Fresh.
I understand that President Donald Trump wants to start off strong, but I think it is unfair. We have spent so much time waiting in Mexico, and now we just can't enter.
How is it unfair? How? How? Can somebody tell me how it's unfair? How is it unfair? It's not unfair that I gotta pay taxes to feed you, and I'm pretty sure you coming over here with a family that I feed them too. So is that fair? That the money to take care of you is coming out of my money? That I gotta work hard? That y'all basically get to stay in 5-star hotels in New York City? That before this crisis happened, the normal person like me, blue collar worker, can't afford? Is that fair? No, that ain't fair.
Similar scenes could be seen in various Mexican border cities. They have all been using an app created by the Biden administration. It was an online lottery system to give appointments to over 1,000 people every day to legally enter the United States and qualify for work. Nearly 1 million people have entered the US through the app since January 2023. As it goes dark, many feel they have been left in limbo.
We don't know whether to laugh or cry, because we're here and we don't know what's going to happen to us. I have a knot in my throat. I don't know whether to cry, laugh. I am restless. I don't know what's going to happen to us.
I don't know how many of y'all done been outside this country, right? But when you go outside this country and you go to different places where they speak different languages, they don't cater to you. You better learn real quick. You better take one of them books, or now we got the Translate app. We got little earbuds that you better learn their language real quick, because they not catering to you. My point being, you want to come here to the United States. We speak English. We speak English over here. So why do I have to, or why does this country have to accommodate you because you don't speak our native language? You ain't even trying. And then many of them come over here and stay for years and years and years and years, and they never get their citizenship. Now they sitting around nervous because Trump in office and they think they might get deported. You done been here 10, 20, 15 years. You know what I'm saying? You've been over here for a long time. You don't mean to tell me you couldn't get your citizenship by now? Come on.
Trump has also vowed to send troops to the US-Mexico border and ramp up deportations.
Maria has applied to enter the US legally. She has been waiting for a response while living in Mexico. But with Donald Trump back in power, her chances are looking slim.
We're waiting, hoping for that appointment, every day, waiting for the surprise to come, but nothing so far.
During his campaign, Trump vowed to crack down on both legal and illegal immigration and start mass deportations. This is worrying news for undocumented migrants already in the US. Like Elena, a mother of 2. She fears being deported to Mexico by the US Immigration and Customs Enforcement, also known as ICE.
I'm a bit afraid because I think of my kids. If one day I'm apprehended by ICE, how will they find out? Who's going to pick them up from school? I believe it would be traumatic for my children.
From his first day in office, Trump wants to detain and deport unauthorized migrants. And Mexico is willing to take them in.
If they decide to return to Mexico or come to Mexico, here they are well received with open arms. Here we embrace Mexicans.
Migrant rights advocates in Mexico worry that their government might be overpromising.
Man, that's enough. That's enough. I done seen enough. I done seen enough. So I have seen enough. Enough is enough, okay? The woman was sitting there showing pictures of her children, and she's still undocumented. And she's saying she lives in fear that she might get deported. How long have you been here, boo? How long have you been in this country and you have not gotten your citizenship yet? And then they got to translate for you in the interview. Man, look, You can feel how you want to feel about Donald Trump's mass deportation. I'm all for it. That's why I voted for him, because I am for the deportation of illegals, of criminals, of everybody over here that want to just come and wreak havoc in our country. It is what it is. And I'm glad that his first day in office, he stuck to his guns. He came in there, guns a-blazing, handling business. So, hey, till next time, y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video.